smell. It doesn't have a smell, right? But it's not like a ferocious like a tiger. I don't see it. However, the damage it is doing to me is enormous, right? So what is it then? You have to analyze through this kind of practice. Where does it come from? And is this something good for me? Or is it something that you don't want to have it? So you have to reason all of those things. So this is how the process of taming your mind. Because you cannot say, anger is something I don't want, I just throw it away. No, you cannot do that. There's nothing tangible to throw away. But you have to get rid of this from the system of yourself, or that means from the alaya, right? So don't let it come. So you are not invited. Anger, jealousy, and all of these are coming into our area uninvited. So therefore, you should let them know you are not welcome here. The way of doing it, the process of doing it is get used to it. And by the help of mindfulness and introspection. Similarly, generosity is like that. Stinginess will diminish when you get used to giving a cup of water first, and from there on, sharing your lunch maybe with some people, and things like that. From there, and later on, bodhisattvas like us, they didn't really born at the beginning with all the generosity, moral discipline, intact with them. No, they work on it, right? And for example, reading the Buddha's own life story when he was a human being, so the ordinary human being, he was so poor. He didn't have anything to offer to, at that time, Buddha. So that's why he just offered a handful of just dirt. Even that made him so kind of powerful. Later on, due to that kind of action, he achieved some excellences. Right? So yeah, never kind of, we have to have this understanding that things are not going to be easy, yet looking for the achievement of it, then there is no really backing up. It's worth it.
I have another question as well. So apart from our body, is there a difference between the I? Apart from our body, I think the I. And then, is there any difference between the I and our mind? If no, then when we say I, where are we pointing it at other than our mind?
Okay. There are two things, okay? So in order to get this message clear, you have to have the notion of two truths. Four noble true truths, right? Remember? True truths are called relative truth and absolute truth. Okay? So, kunjup demba, tangdam demba. You have to know this. On the relative truth, there is I. We say I, and even if Buddha said, I at that time was in somewhere, having a rainy season retreat, and at that time my attendant Ananda, things like that. There's definitely I, right? But is that I the body or the mind? No, I is a combination of all of it. There's no singular I. There's no one thing that is, called I. But on a relative level, we don't examine that. We just take it like there's I, assuming there's I, and that I is actually a notion, a concept that we generated with the help of They're holding the body, the mind, and each limbs of the body, putting everything together, and that is called I. Right? When you lose something, for example, your own body, like several limbs, you are still I. Even lack of your leg or hand or things like that, still, when your leg is gone, your eye is not gone yet. Right? So that's why, but if you finger point eye with certain limbs of the body or mind or something like that, then you are in trouble, because then you are now accepting then permanent eye. Because a truly existing eye, okay? There's no truly existing eye. There is a relatively existing I, relatively calling something as I, and we go with it. Okay? Ultimately, or on Tandam level, no I. Because on the ultimate or the Tandam Dempa, then if you say there is I, then you have to show us the I. You have to identify the I. Because when you are looking, because I, if you are searching for the I, you cannot search further than your body, right? And your mind. Mind is pervaded the whole body, right? But if you search for I in your whole body from top to the bottom, including inside, you cannot find I. There's no I. But then I is just a concept. It's a notion we gave to this whole body, and thinking that there is I'm feeling good, I'm feeling bad today, or I'm sick, or all of these are functioning on the relative level, or kunzup deba, right? On the Tandam deba, or the ultimate level, we do not talk about function of good, bad, and things like that. So that's why on the kunzup relative level, I is just a concept. It's there, but it's not really there. It's fakely there, or it's kind of relatively there, right? Because the Tibetan word kunzup itself is kun means everything, zup means fake. On the kunzup dhamma, all fake truth, what else can you expect beside the fake, right? So this whole thing is fake. So that's why, in reality, no self. That is all. So, thank you.
Yesterday, anyone? Yesterday. So as we come to the end of this program, I would like to request Nanda to give us some closing remarks on the event.
Again, Jejo, thank you so much for making the time, for accepting our invitation in the first place. And though I'm sure you've spoken to much more, intellectually more attained people, but here we have with us these young, very young children, for me children, who are all from our communities here, and we have such a strong tradition in us, a strong philosophy. We have such a strong religion that can also be taken not just as a religion, but can be divided into philosophy, as a science, and therefore we feel that today's program and today's the topic is applicable to all of us. Is applicable to all of us, and can be applied to even those who are not Buddhists, because you just take that part, the science part of it, the philosophy part of it. And it amazed me today listening to the different kinds of minds, the secondary mind, how that moves us, the mindfulness, and then you have the other parts which are the policing us, and like we are supposed to have that police us and look at us. So there's so many things to do within us, like in our minds itself, and so it becomes so important. The awareness, being awareness of ourselves, becomes so important first, and that is why I think in today's world, and especially like when we were growing up, we didn't have so many challenges like today's young youth have. You have so much, to not only be able to meet your goals, not only be able to compete as well as not compete, have ambitions as well as be content. These are such things like sometimes when you think about it yourself, you think, am I being too greedy? I want to get this, I want to get that. I'm supposed to practice contentment, so am I supposed to be not ambitious? These are all conflicting things that we have in our minds always, and especially in a world today when you have the YouTube that is so tempting. Even I find it very difficult to keep my phone down sometimes, right? So within that kind of an environment, I just must applaud each and every one of you for having come today on a Saturday, right? Your one holiday, to come and spend it here, to want to know more. And I think for many of us, that's the biggest first step. Like the lady here, the one who questioned first, how do I begin now? Is it too late to begin? But it's never late to begin. And that's what we learned today. And then, the fact that, okay, if you're born with this karma, then do I do anything with it? Do I not do anything? Because I'm born with that karma. That's very scary sometimes. If you're born to be sad always, then what is the point? Should I try to do anything good? But then we learn there's so much hope. We can keep changing. This is something that keeps changing. It's like the half glass, whether you see it half empty or half full. Full is up to you. Like you can increase the other part of it, and then this looks less, or you can have this part totally zero, so this half even looks very high. So that is the way of balancing. So we're talking about balancing. Find your balance, right? So this is what maybe some of you might feel, oh, Kimball, I actually did not say how to find the balance, but actually in all this information that we got today, I think this knowledge that we got today, I think we only have to spend the time to think within ourselves. There's so many things to think, and to know that policing part, yeah, I have it, because this morning I did that. I felt a little stingy. I was saying, this bread I wanted at night, I'm not going to give today. So I was telling my maid, I said, you're Ragdinu say, mo belga khanchu hoina. And I said, you make another bread for yourself, roti. And then Shubha, I was thinking, Masamna, am I being like stingy? Am I being too selfish? So then later I said, no, then again I took out some bread and I gave her, I gave her 3 slices, and she said, no, actually I just want 1 slice. I gave her. And I was able to check myself. That's how we have to keep checking ourselves. Like that's what I think Kembala meant. The easiest way, that we can't reach his level, but at least, today he came down to our level, and he's trying to make us see the basics, the base things first. And once we know the base, then we can build on it, right? So I encourage each and every one of you to make use of what we've learned today. Have a learning experience. And also, thank you so much, because we just started the Losar, the new year, and thank you so much for coming and sharing and coming and spending and coming and engaging yourself with this session today. And most of all, thank you so much, Che, for coming today and for not being at all irritated. Our times we had teachers who used to get irritated when we asked questions, by the way. But for not doing that, and for treating each and every one of us and our questions very valuable, and for taking the time to explain each and everything. Thank you so much.
So I will do a very short dedication prayer. Okay? Thank you.
Coming to the end of this program, I would like to express my gratitude to everyone who made this event possible. Firstly, a heartfelt thank you to Kimbula for sharing his profound wisdom and knowledge with us today. And we are truly blessed to have had this opportunity to deepen our understanding on Dharma. And then I would like to express my sincere gratitude to all of our participants for your presence, thoughtful engagement, and making this event more engaging. Thank you so much. And I would like to share an important announcement with you all today. So this Thursday, during the Holy Festival, we have a cultural talk program at Gyasundo Gomba. So it is led by Kimbola on the topic of the 4 seals of Dharma. The talk program will take place at 9 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. So if you are interested, please let us know.
Please come here.
Yes, and
Please make it a point to come. We purposely try to organize all our programs on a holiday, on your holiday basically. So that day is the holy day, not the holy day, but the festival of colors, holy, the holy festival day. And so we thought you'll all have holiday, and so you'll be able to make it. So please make it. Please join for tea and coffee. There's tea and snacks. Please join us for tea and snacks.